today I'm going to be showing you all round 4 of the Charlotte Norm Super Swiss. This one was against now International Master Gus Huston. He actually got IM at this tournament, so that was pretty cool. And I had the black pieces. He played d4, which surprised me because he is normally an e4 player. But I actually drew him before at the Chicago Open when he played e4, so he wanted to surprise me. Anyway, and here I played a6, which is not the best move. I just didn't know he was going to play b3. If I'd known that, I probably would have done something like b6, bishop b7, bishop d6, castles, and knight b to d7. But anyway, a6, bishop b3, bishop b4. Okay, this is definitely a bad move. I did not know he was going to just go knight b to d2. I thought he was just going to go bishop to d2 here, and then I was going to go back, and the bishop is kind of misplaced. But that's not what he did. Castles, bishop b3, b6. And here I like white more. He has slightly more space, and my bishop is kind of misplaced. And I had to move the bishop back to d6. Now he played knight c6, which I thought was a bit rushed, but it looked okay. He told me the idea was to prevent c5 after a move like queen c2, c5. So yeah, that's why he played that. After I played g6, I wanted to prevent him from playing e4. We both thought about this. I'm gonna turn on the engine because it's a very complicated line. Here I'm like very slightly worse according to the engine, but this was very complicated. Yeah, the best move is to take the bishop and e5. Rook f8, rook e3, knight f8. I was gonna play, I want to play knight g4, but this I don't think is that good because it gets the knight on the same line as the king, so I have to waste the tempo moving my king to h8. But he did not do that. And as we can see, white is just plus 1.2 here. That is not very pleasant for me at all. So, queen e2, knight h5. I didn't even have a plan here. I just wanted to see what he would do. He played g3, and now I thought, maybe I can attack on the king side. Perhaps knight e4 was a more direct move. I don't know. f5. Yeah, white's still slightly better here, but this is faster than what I did in the game. Knight ef6, rook c1, h5, knight f3, knight e4, bishop b5, rook f8. This move wasn't necessary. I wanted to get my rook out of line of his bishop, but my coach said I could just go king g7 and rook h8 directly. Rook 6 c2, queen e6. Now I'm definitely getting my pieces toward the king side, and he is moving them away. So I thought my attack should have a good chance of success. And here, this. If you all want to calculate the best move, pause the video and take some time to think. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knight takes f3, knight takes f3, queen g4. I calculated all of this, but I was a little bit surprised he did that. And unlike what you'll see in puzzles, this is not at all a clear win for me. Queen takes d5, and now I played rook f8, which is the best move according to the engine. I wanted to play knight c5, but this just doesn't work because of bishop takes c5 and bishop d6. And I didn't like f5 because of queen e6. I'm still minus 0.8, but in a position as complicated as this, that means nothing. So, yeah, he played queen takes e4. If he took and did, I don't know, we'll just turn on the engine, because this is an engine's game. h5. I was gonna go bishop f4, but the engine likes bishop b4 for some reason. Oh, I was gonna be like, wait, you can't take the rook, but you actually can. King b5, knight d6, and as we see, black is completely winning here. I definitely don't think I would have found that, but he didn't even play that, so I didn't have to worry. Now he sacked the queen, and it's kind of a shame I didn't win this game, because I am -4 here, but anyway. Rook f1, and here, if I just do a random move, I'll just say b5. I thought bishop takes g6. And now I'm actually losing, so I saw bishop takes g6. Queen h5, rook f6, and now I blundered. I played bishop to e5, which is actually a big mistake because of this next move. I'm just gonna flip my camera so you can't see it. If you want to solve it, pause the video. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, he played bishop f3, and now an IM who was watching the game suggested rook takes d5, which is what I did, king e2, and now queen h8. We both thought I was losing here, but me and my opponent, but rook takes, f takes. This is what I feared, but no, not. King g7. And now he can't, well, he can, but queen h5, and I'm still winning, so I am very surprised that I'm watching solve queen h8, and I'll keep crazy moves like that in mind when you're in such a complicated position. But anyway, I took on b2, takes, bishop f3, rook c5, king d3, okay, here, a move like rook f5 is the best move. It's to prevent rook c2. I just didn't even see rook c2 because I was so upset that I blundered my queen, but king f8, then I played rook c2, and I did not play rook d5 check. I don't know why the DGT broadcast says that, but we agreed to a draw here. And he told me after the game he was surprised I accepted, but I honestly don't think I can win this, especially not against the 2400. So I'm just gonna give you all some vanilla lessons. When your opponent surprises you in the opening, pay close attention to what they do. Don't just assume you can incorporate patterns from other openings into this one. You probably can, but don't assume. Like for example, b6 is a better move, and bishop b4 is not a good move because you can just go knight bd2. Yeah, so like I don't think this part needs a lot of coverage. It was just him getting a slight advantage. This is probably on him now. Like when your opponent has an attack on an area, don't move all your pieces to the queen side. Like having this on the queens, these pieces on the queen side is fine, but you do need defense because the attack could prove to be very strong. Yeah, f3, knight g5, this is the critical line, which I calculated. So whenever you're going to attack, do calculations. They are absolutely necessary, because if you miscalculate, you could be completely losing. And if your opponent miscalculates, you'll be completely winning. So, he played pawn takes h4 here, and that's the move I expected, but don't assume every move is forced. I still think pawn takes h4 is the best practical try, so I think it's a decent move. H takes... Oh, you have to go rook g2 here, so yeah, you don't need to find all these crazy defenses, just calculate when you're defending too, because again, if you calculate wrong, you're gonna lose. Queen takes d5. Now, when you're attacking, do not be afraid to sacrifice. Like, the move I really want to play is f5, but after queen e6, my king is weak too, so it is not hard to realize that you're going to have compensation for the sack. So if you don't have any other non-sacking move that is good, just play a sacrifice. And this is objectively the best move, although it may be interesting to see if I can actually win this. And these positions are very, very messy, so if you're not an attacking player, I would not recommend getting into these types of positions. Rook f8, queen takes c4. Yeah, also, this is true when you're defending. Sometimes you have to decline a sacrifice or even make a counter-sacrifice, because otherwise you're just going to get crushed. So, next tip, when you're winning, don't relax. Look for the same tactics as you always do. If I had just been paying a little more attention to bishop f3, I would have played queen d1. This was one of the moves I considered. It was one of my candidate moves. And generally, on every move, make a list of 2 to 3 candidate moves, or 2 to 4 that you want to play, because the more moves you consider, the higher chance that you're going to choose the right one. So here, queen b1, rook d2, queen b1, rook c2, queen takes a2 is completely winning for me. He doesn't have any sacrifices, and I'm up a queen and 1 pawn for his rook and bishop. So don't relax when you're winning. I've made this mistake a lot, and viewers, I hope you don't either. And I hope you learn from my mistakes. And finally, when you're worse, or when you think you blundered, still look for the best defense. Even queen h3 works. I didn't like the idea of him sacking, but I still get a nice fork. So this was a much better practical try than what I did in the game. So yeah. Yes, Mom? Yes, but I'll be free in like 1 minute. Yeah. Alright. Sorry everyone, my mom just wanted to call me. I am back now, so finally, when you've messed up, you don't have to settle for a draw. I could have still tried to win with a move like rook f5 or rook c3. So don't let the pain of a mistake cause you to play poor in the future. There's a saying that mistakes, like bananas, often come in bunches. So don't let that happen. And here, rook c2. Yay. You don't have to agree to a draw here. You can still try to press, even if you don't think it's gonna work. So, anyway, that's all for today. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.